Here we are at 11 a.m. And unlike my own nature, we're starting on time. I just love it. I can't thank you enough for being with us today. Um, I get excited about these kinds of webinars when we're going to talk about something that you typically would not find as a marketing presentation from any community. Um, to get us started, my name's Lois DeStefano. Joining me today is Bob Michael. Give a wave, Bob. Bob is the Director of Facilities here at Kendal. And Ellen Odstadt. Say hi, Ellen.
Hi.
And Ellen is Director of Resident Services. Um, from the marketing team, we have Grace McElroy, Sales Counselor. Say hello, Grace. And our very own Joey Starr, who puts this all together, who is our marketing coordinator.
Hi, everyone.
So here we go. Let's get started. Um, what we hope to accomplish here today is to give you an overview of what we did in 2025. As far as the team of directors and the team of staff throughout the community, how we love to strengthen our community. We strive to get better from year to year. And also, there is always a substantial investment in the community. Remember that we are a not for profit, and that's a very big deal. We are not here to fill the pockets of some stranger. We are here to ensure that Kendal is here for a very long time. So we're going to start taking a look at what we did, how it's going to impact us, and what our future is like. So during the presentation, you can see that circle in yellow. It says Q&A. Feel free to put your questions in there. We have 100 people joining us today, so there's going to be a lot of questions. Feel free to start throwing them in there at any time. We will answer some right there in the question and answer area, or we will have them at the end of the presentation where everybody can go over the questions. All right, so to just give us a little recap, who is Kendal on Hudson? What is Kendal on Hudson? We are a CCRC, Continuing Care Retirement Community, which now is better known as a life plan community. Much easier to say and to remember. We are in Westchester County and the only CCRC in Westchester County that offers Type A contracts. A Type A contract is a life care contract, which means that when you move to Kendal, you'll pay an entrance fee and then a monthly service fee. And over the years, should you need any long-term care in the future, whatever you're paying to live in your apartment at that time is what you're going to pay for your long-term care. Your fees do not increase, and that's very big. And the reason why that's so important is because you have predictable costs. The biggest predator of anyone's retirement is long-term care. And here you don't have to worry about that. You also get guaranteed lifetime residency. If you live to 110 and you outlive your money, no worries. You never have to leave Kendal. The other thing, there's a nice tax benefit built into this. These are all things that we can talk about when you come for a tour or if you want to have a call, but those are the big benefits. And in April, we are going to have a webinar with a state attorney and a financial advisor who is going to, we're going to chat together about how predictable costs, tax credits, guaranteed lifetime residency, how all of that creates a positive financial tool for your portfolio. So that's who we are. The lifestyle is so unique because we don't have an activities director. Ellen is the director of resident services. So Ellen, do you want to let folks know, like, more or less what you do on a day-to-day basis with residents?
Absolutely. Welcome, everybody. My name is Ellen, and I am Director of Resident Services here at Kendal on Hudson. I've been here for 15 years, and I just love it here. It's an incredible environment. It's such a warm and welcoming community. What I do with my staff on a daily basis is we help new residents like yourself acclimate to the community here. We help you with every aspect of your day-to-day life. Whether you have an issue, which you won't have, but if you do, we're your first point of contact, or if you want to get involved in our 39 activity committee here, or you want to start a new committee, or you want to know what kind of lectures or discussions we have, or um, you need to talk about the menu or your apartment, we're your first point of contact where we can help you with anything that your new life offers you here.
So while Ellen's focus is directly focused on that area, what the residents are doing is they are creating their own programming and they're running their own programming. They have 29 different programs that are in art, music, um, continuing education, trips, and they have 18 interest groups to include different language, conversation language programs, Marjan, bridge, book clubs. There's a barbecue club. So all of those things are handled by residents, and quite frankly, they do what they want when they want. But the beauty of it is that this beautiful, rich culture at Kendal is what creates these programs. And
Mhm.
when new people move in, anyone that moves in here, you're bringing your own essence with you. That's how the
Absolutely.
barbecue club got started, right?
And
Um,
the
uh,
performance, the on-stage group of people just like to get together and read plays and do skits, and Canasta just started.
Don't
So,
forget the horticulture committee.
and the
Don't forget that.
horticulture committee.
Yes.
yes. And with that said, Bob, now Bob, you have a lot of different departments that you're responsible for. One of them is the grounds, like you said about the horticulture committee. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Sure. Hi, my name is Bob Michael. I'm the director of facilities here. I'm responsible for about 6 or 7 different departments. So I manage facilities, which is facilities and maintenance, environmental services, laundry, linen, security, support services, grounds, like Lois has said, capital improvements and construction. So my primary job is life safety, but uh, regarding horticulture, there is a committee. I am responsible again to maintain the grounds, but we have a very vibrant community where they ask for different type of plantings. We try to do a lot of things more like pollinated plantings and natural native plants. But a lot of people bring their own little flair to around their patios, whether it's an above ground patio or an on ground patio. And again, they're very, very active in how we take care of the grounds here. So that's one interesting committee that I get very involved with. That again is very vibrant, and people come from all over and bring their flairs here. So it is great to interact with the residents here at Kendal.
And you do it so well, so well.
Thank you.
So here, okay. This, folks, this is my favorite picture. If you want to know our residents, this is it right here. Happy, dancing, having a wonderful time. Um, we were created to be social with one another. Isolationism is awful. It will feed dementia. It's depression. It's just not good. When you live in community, this is what life is like. And I can tell you that while it's snowing out there, our residents are dancing in there, right?
Absolutely.
No worries about where food's coming from. No worries about where housekeeping is coming from. I mean, let there be a cyclone blizzard. The residents are not impacted by that at all. So if you're tired of shoveling snow, you know who to call. A big factor is the team of staff that is here at Kendal. We've been open 20 years, and we have about 15% of our staff are 20-year employees. A lot of them, Bob, come from housekeeping, right?
Yeah, if you look at the picture, there, three or four of those employees are EVS employees, environmental services or cleaning, whatever you call it. We call them environmental services here. You have very dedicated people, people that live in the community, people that love to get involved with the residents. They know more about the residents than I think. I don't want to say Ellen, but
No, but
more about them
pretty
than Ellen.
close.
When
Pretty
they go in,
close.
yeah, when they go in and clean the apartments, they're very interactive to tell them what's going on in their life, and it's very interesting because as people age in place, if people start feeling ill, they're the first ones to bring it to the nursing department. So it's another set of eyes and ears out there maintaining the
Yeah.
property, but also keeping an eye on the residents that live there. So it's a very, very good group of people.
As well
Yeah.
as
And Ellen, you have a 20-year also.
I do. My driver, Rich Shield, started with the at Kendal from the June 6, 2005. And my transportation department is a team of three, drive residents within 15 miles wherever they need to go. And he's very close to the residents as well. And that's where a lot of us get, not spying on anybody, but like, hey, so and so mentioned that they want to try this, or they're looking for this, or they're interested in this. And that's where we get some of our information, because we're all part of the same community here, regardless of what job that you do.
So, Ellen, as part of our accomplishments for 2025, you've
Mhm.
made some big changes in the transportation department with hours. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes, I started to notice that more and more as residents were coming, they felt they didn't need their cars. And as the transportation grew, we are here Monday through Friday, from 8:30 to 5. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're here till 9 o'clock, which a lot of residents use those hours for social. They go out to dinner, they go to the movies, or if they, want to run to Target when the stores aren't that crowded. We're here also every other Wednesday till 9 o'clock. And we recently put in 2 Saturdays a month from like 9 to about 2, if residents want to go out and do things in the community. So it's a pretty robust
Yeah.
program, and we're expanding more and more every day.
Now, and they sure do
And
take advantage of it, right? Because yeah, how many how
Yes.
many how many miles did you log this year? I know you gave some
Oh,
report.
so just
Very interesting. Very
thank you,
interesting.
Bob, for pointing that out. First, I have to say, in the 20 years we've been doing transportation, we have not lost a resident. Very proud of that fact. And last year we did 11,791 trips. So that is
wow.
a pretty impressive record. Honestly, it's our biggest year yet.
Oh, it is ever.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. And as we have more and more residents moving here from New York City. So that the transportation to the train station is becoming ever more prevalent, because folks are keeping their memberships to various programs in the city, like Lincoln Center, so on and so forth, and they rely heavily on the transportation. And we have what, 2 buses, 2 vans, 2 cars. Um,
So
Pretty cool.
we have 4 cars, 2 buses, 1 minivan.
1 minute. There you go.
Yeah.
We are armed and dangerous when it comes to traveling.
Yep.
And also, if you notice on the very bottom, second from the right, is me. I just hit my 5-year anniversary, and I'm very, very proud to be here.
Can
Wouldn't
I
want to be anywhere
And we love having you, Lois. Can I quick add
else.
that besides transportation, we have a trips committee, and about two, three times a month, we go on trips, museums in the city. We do the Pride of the Hudson, museums around here. We do tours of like Sleepy Hollow, Terrytown. Um, gosh, where are they going? They're going. They go. Our trips committee plans, do your own thing in the city. We drop you off, we pick you up like 6 hours later. They're very involved into what the community feels that they need and is looking forward to doing.
So there you go. So there's an accomplishment that Ellen was able to achieve, and I'm sure is going to continue to grow. So this this section here has to do with our long-term care areas. The pet therapy program was greatly expanded because of the joy and happiness that it brings to the residents. Also, Ellen's going to share a story about a resident that lives in the skilled nursing area. And then in memory care, we have something called the magic table. And correct me if I'm wrong, Ellen, um, it's a camera, or no, it's something that shoots down on a table and you can see music notes,
It's an
right?
interactive table, and there's different things. Like I know one of them is like a garden. So like it's a projector that shoots on a table, and you can like grow flowers, like things like that, or it's like a watercolor color that you could do, or games. I think there's a couple of different things.
There's actually a
Yeah, and the
section on there
fact that
because
it's in
yeah, when we put it up, there's actually butterflies and people that are dementia unit get nets and they can actually catch the butterflies that are flying
Oh,
around on the
cool.
table. It's pretty interesting. Very, very interesting tool that I've never seen before. So
yeah, it's a state of the art. It's state of the art memory stimulation, especially for memory care community. So, Ellen, why don't you take it from here and let's talk about Priscilla.
Okay, so Priscilla and her husband Edwin moved in probably 12, 13, 14 years ago into an IL apartment and very engaged in the community. But Priscilla's passion was calligraphy. And she would do calligraphy and artwork, very specialty artwork with the fine brushes. And it was posted all around the community and outside her door. And on Main Street, where the mailboxes are, every month she would put up a different saying in her calligraphy writing with pictures. So, um, fortunately, Edwin had passed away and she was in her IL apartment and she needed some extra help. She got some extra help, but then she needed more extra help and we had to move her to the through the continuum, and she's now in Clearwater, which is our skilled nursing unit. But all along as she moved, we realized that this is still a very uh, passionate for her. So we worked with her and we supported her and we helped her get some extra therapy for her hands and upper muscle strength so she could still continue to do this. So after months and months of that, and we moved her artwork in and set up specifically for her, she had an art show in the skilled nursing unit. And Sandra, who is our activities director, who works with the healthcare areas, skilled nursing, Adirondack, which is our assisted living, Sunnyside, which is our dementia unit, helped and set up, and it was a wonderful event. And the whole community came to support and see Priscilla's artwork, and it is still hanging around the community, and she still works on new things to this day.
And that's just one example of how we help residents to continue with their engagement in their passion.
Mhm.
And I think in 2025, we saw more of that than ever because people are living so much longer, right? And they may need uh, some physical therapy or things of that nature to keep doing the tests that they so love to
Right.
do.
And
And the pet therapy, go ahead.
oh no, I was just going to add that as of this year, we'll have uh, 10 residents over the age of 100. Um,
Yeah,
Last year, we had some long-term, we had two residents who were 106. Unfortunately, they passed away recently. And but we have two new residents turning 100 this year. Four of them are still independent. Two of them are in
I know. I love it.
assisted, and yeah, and the rest are in skilled nursing. So it's
Love it.
definitely longevity here through Kendal.
And the pet therapy program in 2025 really expanded. There is one provider, a vendor that has a farm with, she has pet therapy ponies, goats, I think an iguana or something. And she rotates her different animals here. When they come through the door, I have to tell you, it is so wonderful to see her her ponies and her goats, and she dresses them up, and the residents just have a blast with them. So we continue to expand on all of the support that we offer for the residents. So here's the slide that talks about this amazing new generator, um, and it's huge. Let me show you what this thing looks like. Look at that. This is the picture on the left is the inside. Do you want to explain it, Bob? Because I don't know what I'm
No, no.
doing here.
The left picture is the inside of the generator. Actually, the panel that tells what's going on with the generator, and the outside on the westmost side of the building, you'll see this big green bank, and we have hedges that cover most of the face of it. But that's the generator. That's the baby that's taking care of the building in the event of an electrical outage. So that's uh, that's what it is. If you drive by and see that big green bank, you know what it is.
And Bob, what I really loved what you did was the way that you positioned it and put trees around it. It's definitely not an eyesore at all. It really blends in with the terrain. You can't tell if you're not looking for it, you really can't tell that it's there. But if there's ever a power outage, you're so happy it's there. Let me tell you, I can't thank you enough. I know what it took to get this done.
Yeah.
Another thing that we have here is a huge philanthropy. Uh, uh, um, uh, I'm going to call it a conglomerate of administration, staff, and residents. And Ellen, do you want to talk about the three entities that create this philanthropic endeavor?
Sure. So, 4 times a year, there are what we call annual appeals. In February, the Resident Association puts out an appeal to the residents to make donations to support the activities that the Resident Association run. So all the committees and the interest groups who have a budget with the Resident Association is taken care of. I'm going to say most of them is taken care of by donations from residents. So your um, chorus and your fitness classes, residents throughout the past have donated or put endowments. So all of those can take place. We do not tip here at Kendal on Hudson. So twice a year, the residents take up collections, usually in June and December, for our staff. And staff are so appreciative because it's it's being recognized for all the hard work that they do during the year, which they're very happy to do. And on the average, residents donate anywhere between $80,000 and $90,000 each staff drive, which means for our staff, they walk away with an extra $400 or $500 twice a year, which is incredible. Then in September, the philanthropic committee, which is a committee of our Kendal on Hudson board of directors, does an annual appeal for five philanthropic areas, which is our nursing scholarships, our outreach into the community, our music program here at Kendal on Hudson, and two very important is the staff. We have a staff development, which is comes out of all the training of the staff, and a staff emergency fund, where if a staff member is needs to go overseas for a funeral or has their boiler broke, or unfortunately 2 times last year we've had house fires, and we can give them a grant or a loan which can help them get back on their feet. We also have something that is called social accountability, which is in our Kendal on Hudson budget. So that doesn't come from residents; it comes from Kendal on Hudson, where the staff reaches out into the community and does work. We put together baby bundles for the open door. We put together about 300 backpacks for the local high schools and the low-income families. We prepare Thanksgiving baskets. We do an Alzheimer's Association walk every year. The staff, we do it here, and the residents join in, and we raise about $20,000, and then Kendal and Hudson Social Accountability matches that. We support all the local food communities, food pantries, and every month we donate to the school of the Terrytown's food pantry. We give them baking supplies or fresh fruit. So we're very involved into the communities. Every year we also donate books for every single first grader in the elementary schools, and that's such an adorable event because we go down to the bookstore and they come and they pick out a book, and we supply it to them.
Yeah,
So
we actually, Ellen, I know we left it off the slide, and I mean to mention this yesterday. We actually reached out to our local volunteer fire department,
oh
and,
yes,
and, and they
yes.
they asked for some equipment, and we wrote them a big fat check to help them out, and they were very
Mhm.
appreciative. So we really try to reach out to people that are really coming here regularly when fire alarms
And
go off in the building.
and the
Um,
ambulance corps and such too. But yeah, Bob is very connected in the community with the ambulance and the fire department, and very well. So
I have to say, so each year this philanthropic effort continues to grow, and 2025 was huge. Ellen, if you take all those three different sources of areas of donation, how much do you think? What's like a ballpark that you think gets
it,
donated in a
it's
year?
close. It's close to $300,000 because if you have the
Yeah,
50 for social accountability, probably about 180 for staff appreciation. I know the resident association usually, gets donations close to $80,000, and then the one in September, the Charitable Funds Philanthropic. Last year we raised about 110. So yeah, I would
yeah,
say
and that money for staff, that is such a kind and generous gift because
absolutely
there's no tipping here. When you
none.
go in the dining room, right? Let's say you bring your whole family, you have a table of 10 people. You do not leave a tip in the dining room. You do not leave tips for your house. Nobody here is allowed to take a tip.
Or
So the residents show their appreciation that way.
when we deliver their packages, or we're out shoveling snow, which the guys have done a lot of recently, and it's just, and the staff is so appreciative because that is their kid goes to camp, so that's the 1 week of camp, or it's a little extra money for Christmas, or however they want to work it.
Yeah, I love it. So we made an executive decision not to show the video because I think it's too risky and we're doing so well on time. Um, so what we did here from a marketing perspective is if you folks visit Kendall on Hudson's website, we have a live webcam, and I have to thank Bob Michael for getting that camera installed. That it was a very big project also. It took us a while because the camera is in a special place. You're seeing a picture here that was taken just before when the snowstorm started. We can't show you a live feed in this presentation, but if you go onto the website, You can click on it and it'll take your whole screen and you can see the Hudson River any time of day. You can see eagles fly by. You can see boats going by. I mean, it's just beautiful. You could use it as a screensaver, but there is a live webcam feed now on Kendal on Hudson's website of the Hudson River. So we also have a closed circuit channel on everybody's television, and there's a live feed of a picture of the river on everyone's television whenever they want to access it. So now we say every apartment has a river view, and that's one of my corny jokes. I'll stop there. Okay. Um, Now here's the big project. This is the big one. Um, this is our Commons refresh. To tell you how we got here was through the incredible genius of our financial team. Um, we were originally being rated by something called CARF, CARF, and if you happen to be looking at different CCRCs, you're going to notice, oh, we're rated by CARF. CARF is just it's a run of the mill. It's not telling you anything special. If you want to know nuts and bolts, you want to see someone who's rated by Fitch, FITCH, and you can look it up online. Though that is serious. This is a rating company. It's like a Standard and Poor's that digs deep. And the very first time that Fitch rated us, we were a triple B plus, which put us in the top 6% of life plan communities in the entire country. So you can see how rigid their rating is. We are currently doing our annual review, and I would probably guess that, you click up a notch. They're very careful, with clicking up a notch, but things are looking very positive. So what happens? Why did we go through all of that? Well, we did it because it lowered our bond rates, the interest rates. And by lowering the bond interest rates, we were able to get a $20,000 very low interest bond to finance this $33 million project, of which we're putting in 13 million of our own money. Now, keep in mind that Kendal on Hudson has 1,000 days of cash on hand. So if we did not have any income for the next 1,000 days, we would be able to pay all our bills. We have investments to the tune of about 78 million. So we are very financially sound. And the fact that now we have that stamp of approval from Fitch, it's going to continue to get better. And we are going to be very, very competitive in the financial arena with our ratings. So now I'm going to start to get a little deeper into the renovation process. So who wants to talk? I'm going to let Bob and Ellen walk us through these next slides. Who wants to take the first one here?
Oh, you want to jump in where we're at
Yeah.
with countering?
Yeah, I'll talk about the front lobby since my department oversees the reception area during the day. Bob does it late afternoon, overnight. So I'm going to say the left because that's what I'm looking at, the one with the wood. I don't know if it's reversed on the other screen, but that is how our lobby looks today. It's beautiful. However, it was not functional. There's a pole right at the reception desk. So what we did was in the newer version, we've had extended that. We've also put a package room behind there. So all the packages will go behind there, and Chris, my package associate, will take the packages out and deliver it. We've made it more of a little sleeker look, but with keeping some of the real traditions. If you see on the left-hand side, you see a model of a ship. All of our buildings are named after ships, and that is a model of a Mary Powell, which is one of the steamboat liners on the Hudson, and a resident, actually, who lived here, who's since passed away, did that for us. He actually did 3 of the 4 buildings before, unfortunately, he was not with us any longer.
And they are beautiful. Now we're moving on to the residence lounge.
So I'll take that a little bit.
Yeah.
So currently, a lot of the lobby areas around here, it's called like wood workmanship or woodcraft. So they're trying to get a little bit of a sleeker look, a little more modern look. So you see on the left, there's no place to put books. It's kind of a flat wall, chairs sitting around, and it kind of, people go into the little sections and sit. But this is going to allow for a little more open space. What you will not see currently is there's banquettes in this back right wall. Um, after lots of discussion with many residents, and I'm sure running in and out of Ellen's office, we decided to keep the fireplace. So there will be the
Mhm.
fireplace will stay a different backing. So the center where you see this woman in blue sitting there reading a book on a banquette, that will be the fireplace, and there'll be bookshelves on the right and left side to make it look very homey, but also much more modern looking. And that's what's going to happen over there. And across the hall will be what are we calling it, Ellen? Is it a pub? Are we calling it a pub?
Yeah, we're gonna. It has a name, but it's gonna be like a morning cafe. You get coffee and stuff, and then at night we're calling it a pub to make it more social. So we have a big screen TV, and residents can watch Super Bowl and World Series, and gather at night before walking into dinner. So.
And if you heard, a lot of times Bob and Ellen said the residents asked for this, the residents wanted that. Um, that's what's unique to Kendal. The residents have a big voice in this refresh project, which is outstanding. Now we're in the gathering room.
Ellen, you want to take that? I think.
Yeah, we can talk a little about the gathering room, how it is structured now, is not very visible, and it is our main space. It's our main space. It's our biggest area in the community. That's where we have resident association, our lectures, our uh, dances, because now Lois and I sponsor dances. Everything that's big. Tuesday Morning Club, which is a program run by residents for other residents. But when you sit there, the stage was not angled correctly, neither was the screen, and the AV was outdated. So with a lot of help from residents and Bob and our architects, we've designed a new gathering room. The screen will be up more. The ceiling, right, Bob, is going to be raised, and the
Correct.
screen's going to be up. We're going to put uh, TV screens on either side that will be able to broadcast what is on the stage, so you have a vantage point from all areas. And the AV system is being upgraded, and with a better hearing, loop going forward, right?
Yes. Yeah. So a couple of added things. So
Mhm.
the sight lines there were very tough, especially for residents that are a little bit older. So on the right and left side, it doesn't show the left side, but the main screen is in the middle. If you're sitting at an angle or closer to the back, you'll now have a TV screen or a big screen TV on the right and left, all high definition. All the new equipment's going to be high definition. There were a lot of residents that came in with hearing devices, so they put a hearing assisted device in the floor. It's a copper loop, and people can tune in if they have hearing issues and actually tune their hearing aids to what's going on in the room. So again, this is a lot of feedback, and Lois said it, and I'm not going to keep saying it, but a lot of feedback from residents of what their concern was when they went in, hearing, sightline, and the architects heard that. And again, administrative wise, made the decision to make the investments to do some of these big upgrades. So it should be a beautiful room once it gets done.
Yeah, we're excited about this. And now that dining services, our kitchen equipment was 20 years old.
Mhm.
Right now, that kitchen is undergoing a huge transformation. We'll have all state of the art equipment that's going to enable the dining division to create new and exciting recipes that we really couldn't do before because we didn't have the equipment and the tools to get it out. A big thing here is pizza on Fridays.
Mhm.
And we do a really good pizza, right? But
Yeah.
they don't have the best ovens to do it. Now they're going to have real pizza ovens. This is like so exciting. I can't wait. Um, and the decor is going to be different. There's going to be a grab and go section. If you want to, like, so if you don't want to sit and eat, you can just take it with you. And then there's going to be like a little sundry shop where you can buy items, some food items and general items. So on the left is what you're seeing now, and on the right is what we're moving towards. I'm going to stay here for just a little bit to finish up the refresh program. It's so important to know that a community it continues to invest money in the building and in the programs, because when you move here, you're spending a substantial amount of money, and you know that you're going to want to know that Kendal's going to be around for the next 20, 30 years. So a good operator will continue to do scheduled renovations so that you can keep the property in good order and stay relevant to the community. So our 20-year anniversary, oh my God, we had such a great party. And in addition to that, we had a tree planting with a what do you call it?
Time capsule. A time capsule.
Time capsule. Yeah. Sounds like time capsule. And there's Bob in the picture. In the middle is Gene Eckelson, our CEO. And that day was the tree planting, which is so beautiful. And the residents got to pick the tree, and they filled the time capsule with what they thought would be relevant for when it's opened. So that was tons of fun. Anything you guys want to add to that?
Yeah, we planted a native tree.
Yeah.
Each one of the residents that came down got to put some dirt in. We had our landscaper there, making sure it was maneuvered correctly. We pre-dug a hole for the time capsule, and it was a lot of fun. And the gentleman to my I guess my left did some poetry. And Ellen, you want to talk about the other people
Muriel Fox is head of our social committee, and she spearheaded the time capsule. And then Hildegard Gray, the last woman, at that time she was chair of our resident social council. So they were all heavily involved.
So why do people come to Kendal? There's so much here. The first thing is to recap what we discussed with you, is that we've taken very seriously of what initiatives we are going to do in the current year and what are we looking to do in the future. We focus on making life easier and better for residents. Sustainability is a huge part of what we do. As a matter of fact, the Quaker philosophy that's at the foundation of our model here is education, sustainability, community, and stewardship. Because when you move here to Kendal, you become stewards of Kendal. You need to be carrying it forward for the next generation. And we are generational. When you think about it, 20 years ago, the first residents that moved in were from the silent generation. Now it's the baby boomers that are moving in. And each generation has different desires and needs. And by staying relevant and with our constant renovations, we are providing to the residents what they feel is important for them.